This is the Potterwatch Network, bringing you the latest updates in these uncertain and dangerous times. As many of you know, the Ministry of Magic is no longer a beacon of safety. Since the fall of the Ministry into dark hands, fear has spread through every corner of our world. It seems nowhere is safe, and now, more than ever, we must rely on...
Thank God you made it. 1 second.
Protego Maxima, Fianto Jury, Repello Inisicum, Salvio Hexia, Muffliato.
Okay. I'm so glad you made it. Are very high up on the undesirable list. But you were doing important work for the Resistance, and we want to make sure that no one will be able to recognize you, track you, find you in any way. And that's what I'm good at. Let's get started. I just have a few questions to ask you, okay? Okay. So, let's start off with some questions here. I have them written down up here. What name would you like to go by from now on? Okay. Let me just make sure that that name is available. It should be. It sounds... Yeah. Yeah, there are plenty of those out in the world, so will not cause any attention at all. Do you prefer maybe a completely different identity or like a slightly different one? It is probably be safer if we give you a completely new one. You are, as you know, you're very undesired. But what do you think? Will you be able to remember? Okay. Okay. Good. All right. So, all right. Do you want to keep your birth date? Okay. What's a date that you can easily remember? Let's keep the same birth year. Okay. Do you have any particular preferences for your appearance, like hair, eye color? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that we should change your hair for sure. And change the color of your eyes. Yes. Okay. So, which region or city would you like to be from? Have you ever been there? Good. Yeah. I've never been there. No. Yes, once things return back to normal. Okay. So, what sort of story would you like to craft for your background? I'm thinking that since you told me you'll be hiding out in a barn in the countryside, yeah, I think that it would be good to have like a backstory of this like a more country lifestyle. Okay. Maybe you inherited the farm. So the farm that we are having you set up at, the previous tenants passed away, and they gave it the land basically to the resistance for us to use it as we saw fit. They weren't very well known or talked about, so so far it doesn't seem like there's any way to trace it back to you in any way. And there's all manner of protection there. Once you're there, it will be impossible to get in. Well, improbable. Okay. Okay. Do you have a profession that you'd like your new identity to? Thought about that one already. Are you good at math? Nice and boring. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Nice and boring. Oh, one's good.
Please listen closely as we read the names of those who have not returned home. If you have any information, do not hesitate to reach out to trusted sources. For the sake of their loved ones, and for all of us, they must not be forgotten. Alaric, Ravenshire. Alaric, Ravenshire.
I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I'm missing a few people. I haven't heard from them in a while, but I haven't heard their name either. So I'm not sure. I haven't reached out to their friends and family, so I'm not sure if I should report it to them, the name's missing, or that they're missing, or if their family will. If I don't hear anything by tomorrow, I'm going to reach out. So, I think that we should create a few connections, names of families and friends, that, oh, you thought about that? Okay, what are some names? Oh. That's a great idea. People in other countries, it's going to be harder to track them down or anything. Love that. Okay. Is there a particular skill or talent that you would like to be known for? Can you do that? I think that we're going to keep it very simple with your personality traits and things like that. You are not, well, do you think you want to adopt any other kind of new personalities, when you're out in public specifically? like maybe you are, because to me you seem a little outgoing, you're very proper. Maybe we could have you slouch a bit, maybe be more reserved when out and about. Okay. I think that would be good. Yeah. I just want to. So, what we're going to do is we're going to alter your appearance, but it's not going to be dramatically different. It's going to be. Yes. Yes. Are there any habits or quirks you would like to add? Or any habits or quirks you would want to conceal? Maybe some things that people have mentioned you do a lot? Yes, I have seen you do this quite often. Okay. I'm not going to do the physical changes. I'm just going to write down all the things that you need. We're going to get this to the right people. You have one more stop after this. Yes. Yes, well, she is amazing at changing your physical appearance. Yes, I'm more historical record changing. We're going to get that done. I'm going to get this information over to her so she can prep for your arrival. And, yes, and this is a nice, safe place to stay. You can stay here tonight, and then get going to her in the morning. So, what kind of physical attributes would you like? I know we mentioned maybe changing your eye color, your hair. What about a scar? Would you like a scar? Oh, to get rid of a scar. Okay. Yeah, that's very identifiable. That's your right arm. Oh no, these forms are burned after we are done with them. No one will ever see them. And they're written in invisible ink, so yeah, but just to be sure. Okay, next question. Would you like to change your voice or your accent? I changed mine. I am from America. Okay. That makes sense with your backstory. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any birthmarks? Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, that makes that easier. Would you like one? Okay. Do you want to keep your current height and build? Or do you want to slightly adjust that? Do you want to be taller? You will appear taller. Okay. So we have all of the questions answered. It's really important that you continue in your work of disrupting all of the Dark Lord's plans. And we set up all manners of protection at your new location. Like I said, so that you can also have a safe house. You can also be a safe house for refugees and people just needing a place to hide. Okay, so that will be a new role for you. I know you normally work alone, but this house is very large. I don't think that they'll get in the way. Very happy to hear you say that. So many people are going missing. I'm just trying to stay strong and keep it all together, and change as many identities as I can. So, we all have a part to play in this, and I thank you so much for what you're doing. And anyways, yes, you can absolutely stay here tonight. You are safe here. And I'll get these forms over to my contact at the ministry. Do you have any questions? Sure, yes, we can listen to the rest of the broadcast, absolutely. I'm just going to finish these forms up. You stay as long as you like.
Thank you for listening. As always, our hearts are with the families of those missing, and we urge caution for anyone traveling or attempting to make contact with loved ones. We remind our listeners to stay vigilant and to trust no one outside of your closest circle. Dark forces are at work and no place is safe, except the one we create for ourselves. Okay, now we move on to some additional reports from trusted sources within the Resistance. So, for those of you continuing the fight, we've received word that safehouses are being set up across the country. If you're traveling under the cover of night, keep an eye out for the symbol of a crescent moon near doorways. Trusted homes are marking themselves with this signal. But remember, if in doubt, trust your instincts and stay on the move. Tonight's spell safety tip is the disillusionment charm. Though it requires practice, it remains one of the most effective ways to blend into your surroundings. If you haven't perfected this spell, now's the time to do so. Trust no corner, no shadow. Always be ready to disappear when necessary. We have some updates from abroad. Some reports from across the channel. The French ministry, though cautious, remains unbreached. Support continues to flow in from several international magical governments, despite efforts from the Death Eaters to silence those voices of solidarity. The tide may be dark, but the world has not forgotten us. Reports from our underground network suggest the passage near Nocturne Alley has been compromised. If you must move, use alternate routes near the riverbanks. Those still in Diagonale, take caution. Death Eaters patrols. They've increased near Flourish and Blots, so be swift and be invisible. Just a reminder, Muggle-born witches and wizards are especially vulnerable. If you can reach out to them.
Oh, one more thing. Can I get you to sign? Thank you. Alright, your room is going to be, just down the hall. Okay. Good night.
Strong shield charm you can use to protect Muggle dwellings from dark magic. Remember, the more defenses in place, the better. Finally, as we close tonight's broadcast, just a whisper of hope. Resistant movements across the country continue to grow, and though we may feel the weight of darkness pressing in, you must remember that light can never truly be extinguished. Courage is stronger than fear. The fight continues, and so does our hope. Good night.